Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Thorstensen, Manager of Communications for Sigma Xi, the Scientific Research Society. Sigma Xi promotes companionship among researchers, so we call our Member Spotlight series our Meet Your Fellow Companion series. Today, I'm talking with Holly Haberstroh Ioset. She's been a Sigma Xi member since 1977. Holly works for the Occupational Safety and Health Administration as a compliance officer in North Syracuse, New York. Holly, thanks for joining me.
Great to be here, Heather. Thanks so much.
Can you start by explaining your field, which is industrial hygiene?
Absolutely. It's not a very well-known field, but it's a specialty field really in the family of environmental studies. Uh, an industrial hygienist focuses on the health of the worker, not the environment. And so we're focused on what the exposure is to a worker relating to everything from dust, silica, noise, respiratory hazards, radiation, biological hazards. And one of the specialties of an industrial hygienist is monitoring and measuring the contaminants to really determine what the hazard is to the worker.
What made you want to get involved in this field?
Well, I came across it through my hometown of Midland, Michigan, the home of Dow Chemical. After I finished my bachelor's degree in biology, I worked in the toxicology lab at Dow Chemical and was surrounded by a group of very interesting scientists. There I came across this field of industrial hygiene, which I thought was neat because it involved the science of toxicology, research investigation, but you also get out into the real world. You go to the workplace to do these investigations. So it's not really a lab job usually, it's a real world occupation.
One of the highlights of your career was to go after the September 11th attacks to help at the World Trade Center. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I can. I had just started with OSHA. I had previously been with Syracuse University for many years as an industrial hygienist. And the month after I switched to OSHA, the World Trade Centers were attacked. I had the opportunity, as did many of the compliance officers, to go and serve at the World Trade Center as health and safety monitors. We did air testing, we trained people on how to use protective gear and respirators. We walked out there on the pile and advised people, doing testing hands-on out there where people were working and the recovery. And it was a life-changing event. It helped me understand that we, the United States, had been attacked, and that truly was a war zone. The devastation was amazingly huge, beyond what you can imagine until you've walked across that pile of rubble. But it also made me very, very proud to be doing what I do, proud to be serving the worker and trying to keep the workers, the recovery workers, safe during that hard job they were doing.
Wow, that sounds like a really big experience.
It was, Heather.
Yeah. This is an industry, industrial hygiene, that you returned to after you took some time off to have kids. How much time did you take off, and what was it like for you to come back to the workforce?
Well, I tell you what, I had been with OSHA early on in my career, and my baby girl was due. I was actually on limited duty for a while, as you can imagine. I wasn't out there in the workplaces with the contamination and the uncertainty. So during my pregnancy, I had limited duty. Then after I got into this new role, I realized I needed to take some time off. I had the desire and the need to be there taking care of my little one. So I took 6 years off. I was not working in industrial hygiene for that many years, and it was a little scary. I wasn't sure how my reentry into my field would go. But I started looking, and a terrific job came along that suited my background perfectly. So I jumped in, went back to full-time work, and it took a little while. I would say the first couple months I felt just a little, I didn't remember all the terminology, and I was a little rusty. But it can be done, ladies and dads and moms. It can be done, and sometimes it's what you're called to do. Take a little time to be at home. It's okay.
How did you come to know about Sigma Xi through your family?
Ah, that's a beautiful, beautiful story. My dad, well, both my parents were scientists. My dad, they're gone now, but he was a chemical engineer, PhD. My mom was a doctor. Well, my dad worked in chemical engineering research for many years, and he had been a member of Sigma Xi through his career. And I came across the Sigma Xi's magazines, the American Scientist, and even in junior high and high school, I would read the magazine, and I loved it. I just loved it to this day. I love reading about all the disciplines, the new cutting edge discoveries and technologies. But it's the warmest memory of my father because he was a true scientist. He traveled the world for Dow Chemical, troubleshooting, opening new chemical engineering factories and plants, and I'm proud of what he did, and I'm proud of his scientific mind.
Great. Well, thank you, Holly. It was nice to talk to you.
Great to talk to you too, Heather. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye now.